Recently, I was reading a book written by the atomic physicist John Barrett Hasted. This book was titled The Metal Benders because much of the book is about the scientific study of paranormal influence over metal, which tends to cause the metal to bend. This kind of paranormal influence of objects is commonly referred to as psychokinesis or telekinesis. This book makes me ask the question, should we teach children how to perform miracles? Most Christians would probably answer yes, because the Christian view is that miracles are good. Most Buddhists would probably answer no, because they tend to view miracles as a distraction from enlightenment. The reason why I ask if we should teach children miracles specifically is because Hasted states that he devotes much of his experimental time with children rather than adults. The primary reason for this seems to be because children are not burdened with the same doubt and skepticism that adults are. Hasted explains that people can learn telekinesis through a process he calls induction. Induction seems to be a psychological process rather than a physical one, in which someone who views telekinesis happens to spontaneously gain the ability to use telekinesis. Since children have less of a psychological barrier, it would logically follow that they are easier to teach. This is why I'm asking the question, should we teach children how to perform miracles? Let's address the Christian perspective first, and after that, the Buddhist perspective. The Christian perspective is that demons or fallen angels introduce sorcery and magic to humans. St. Augustine says that miracles occur through simple faith and pious devotion. In comparison, the occult or art of magic uses incantations and spells. Telekinesis doesn't neatly fit into the Christian categories of miracle or occult. It doesn't require pious devotion or incantation. Instead, most of the time it requires inattention. However, telekinesis most closely resembles the category of miracle because simple faith is similar to overcoming the psychological barrier of doubt and skepticism. It's clear that telekinesis does not fit into the paradigm of ancient Christianity or modern Christianity for that matter. I've seen some Christians practicing it and stating that it is from God, while others call it part of the occult. Additionally, Christians who assert that psychic powers like this must come from demons don't ever meet the burden of proof that comes with that claim. I've already made a video about the evidence to the contrary as well. Now for the Buddhist perspective. Buddhism is more correct than Christianity in the idea that psychic powers and miracles come from within humanity rather than from an external force. Again, the Buddhist view is that you should not pursue miracles or psychic powers instead of pursuing enlightenment. I see this perspective as inherently counterproductive, though. Pursuing anything that allows you to use paranormal influence, by definition, would be bringing you closer to the fundamental transcendent force that allows miracles and psychic powers to exist in the first place. It's very illogical to conclude that building miraculous ability somehow leads you away from the transcendent cause of the miracles. I would conclude that both the Buddhist and the Christian paradigms are not completely satisfactory. They don't describe telekinesis or similar psychic powers completely accurately. So I will now specify that when I say miracle, I'm not using it to refer to any specific belief system. Instead, I am using it in a more universal sense to refer to anything that is beyond the mundane or physical and is also dependent on a fundamental transcendent mechanism. So I will ask again, should we teach children how to perform miracles? If the answer is yes, then we are going against what I believe to be a fundamentally flawed Buddhist philosophy. If the answer is no, then we are going to generally continue business as usual without taking a more optimized path to greater knowledge of the transcendent.